Hey everybody, Minleaf here, YouTube's most skilled issue gamer. Welcome back to another episode of Reverse 1999. Today will be quite special as it will be a showcase of the newest character in Reverse 1999, which it would be a Kakania. This lady right here. Where is she? There you go. So, as we all know, the banner for Reverse for update 1.9 for Ryan Sun had two 6-star Arcanists. The first was limited Lucy and second is the non-limited Kakania. Now, in this episode, let's take a look at what Kakania does, and I'm going to showcase how she works. First, let's try and understand her kit, and I do have Kakania in my roster.
I saw you, Suzumiya, at the door.
Okay, so let's take a look. So Kakania is a 6-star plant arcanist specializing in defense, support, and burst damage. Now, how does she live up to these? Let's first take a look at her passive. Psychoanalysis. Something interesting about Kakania is that she kind of resembles Winsong in that you have to sort of play the long game. Where in Winsong you have to slowly phase out all your other arcanist skills and then build up Winsong's like incantations, because you know when Winsong uses her ultimate, she's going to spend all her incantations. Now Kakania has a slightly similar concept, which is also, by the way, I forgot to mention that Kakania is a mental arcanist. So, empathy. What is cool is that Kakania is sort of a tank in that 50% of the damage taken by her friends will go to Kakania instead. And then 10% of that damage is stored as something called empathy, which is a special stat that will empower her incantations, all of them. So, and then once empathy is full, empathy has a limit, yeah? So 20% of her max HP. So once empathy is full, she can no longer take damage. Insight 2 is negligible, we can ignore that. And Insight 3 will help Kakania with her own survivability, because, you know, obviously she's taking so many hits for her allies. You don't want Kakania to just die halfway. So what will happen is that whenever the empathy stores 2% worth of her max HP, she will recover her own max HP times 10%. And better, she will also recover HP for her allies. So she's kind of an AoE healer as well. And the coolest thing is that when she's being healed, she even does a little bit extra because, you know, anniversary character is good. She also deals a little bit of true damage, or in the game they like to say Genesis damage, to all enemies. So looking at the passive, you can see that Kakania is very defense focused, and she's definitely support because she can mass heal, she can redirect damage. And then where does burst damage come into play? Now, burst damage comes into a few things. Number one, her first arcane skill, which is this one, as an attack skill, she would just—it's very simple. Kakania's kit, if you look later, it's actually super simple. It's nothing very complicated like Lucy's kit. So first is just a single target attack. She will deal mental damage, and then she will deal bonus damage with using empathy as a calculation. True damage, by the way, which is really good. True damage is amazing. Next simple buff is that if you cast it on herself, she will recover 40% HP. When she casts it on other allies, she will lose a chunk of her own HP and grant them solace, which is a very nice little attack buff, which is 400 attack plus on cast empathy value times 13%. So 13%. So let's say she has 100 empathy built up. Then when she casts solace, she will grant that ally 500 attack. So 400 plus 100, right? Because 100 times 13% is 13 points. So that ally will get 413 bonus attack. So see, on cast empathy value. So it won't increase over time. It won't increase with empathy unless you cast it again. Okay, and then now her ultimate, which is where her burst damage comes in. She will deal mental damage, and then plus account empathy times 1000%, meaning multiplier of 10. True damage, Genesis damage to the target, reset empathy to 0, and then starts recording the damage the target takes for the round. So this will help you gun down a certain enemy because you reset empathy, and then after that you record the damage the target takes. So let's say some boss is taking 3000 damage. Okay, and then at the end of the round, we'll take another bonus true damage times 30%. So 3000 times 30% is what is it, like 900, I think? Yeah, 900 true damage. So you can see where her burst damage really comes in. It's a lot of true damage, and it all comes with her empathy mechanic, which again, empathy makes that you'll gain empathy by letting Kakania take hits, also having her allies take hits, and then transferring that damage to Kakania. 10% damage. So let's just take a quick look at her last piece of the puzzle, which is going to be her Psy Cube. At the start of the round, if the carrier's current HP is below 60%, damage taken minus 10%. When the carrier attacks, they get Genesis damage dealt plus 7%. So this is actually quite nice. It's a little bit of survivability, though. To be honest, if you use the team that they show you later, it's not that big of a deal. What happens is that when Kakania is lower than 60%, she'll start taking less damage, which is good in making sure, because it's like a balance. You know, when it comes to these kind of characters, you always want a balance. You don't want your characters to get nuked out, but you also don't want them to, you know, not take any damage, because it's kind of useless if she takes. The less damage she takes, the less empathy she gets, remember? Because she will only convert 10% of the damage. So let's just move on straight into the demonstration. This is you see these are all provided. I would fully recommend, in my opinion, from what I've seen, I think I would recommend combining her, Kakania, with Villa and Marcus. So really a strong, like really strong mental plant team. Miss New Babel here has a very interesting use, because Miss New Babel has a shield. And when the damage is transferred to Kakania, she will lose her shield first. Yeah, so she'll lose her shield, she won't, which is good, because that means she doesn't lose her HP directly, so she won't die quickly. Again, these type of characters, you always have a balance. You want a balance between them taking damage and also not dying. So let's just start ahead. We have NND. NND is going to be like a sub DPS. Actually, she'll be the main DPS until Kakania gets her skill up. Okay, so you see this one? Empathy. This one we got up to 3,199, which is 20% of her current HP. I believe almost 16,000. Okay, let's just start buffing up. So this is the Solace that I said.
Pause.
Oops, wrong one. I wanted to click NLE, but it's fine. Yeah, so like his Solace will give you some...
Don't stare at it for too long.
Okay, so she had no empathy, I think. She had 0 empathy. So it should just be a flat 400 attack.
Long admonition and occasional indulgence.
Just to showcase, flat 400 attack, right? Come on, show me. Oh man, this thing's taking forever. Need the speed. I forgot to speed things up. Okay. Flat 400, right? Come on, show me. 420, because I think at that point she had like 450, so times some percentage or something. I don't know. Okay, let's keep buffing up. Actually, let's use Nelly.
Oh please, I know.
Actually, no. Let's have Villa buff NND up.
I will remember your sacrifice. A simple arcane flick.
Yep. Again, remember, Miss New Babel's shield is useful because when the damage is transferred to Kakania, it will eat through the shield first before eating through her health, which you know, make sure she doesn't die immediately. But honestly, there's no worry. She's really, I don't know what it is, but Kakania is like, see, you see that healing? That healing was on Kakania. So another few percent. How much is the empathy now? It's 922. So let's continue buffing. We're going to continue. We need to give Kakania a few turns. Make sure she can build up. Okay, go back to NLE. And Miss New Babel. Miss New Babel also has a taunt too, by the way. So if you want to protect some of your squishier allies, you can use Miss New Babel's ultimate, get her to taunt, and then half of that damage will be transferred to Kakania, helping her build empathy. Okay, that was massive. You see the heal again? Heal again, because I think that triggered 2%. Another heal. Okay, no more heals. Okay, it's perfect. Oh, her Psy Cube is activated because, well, clearly she's below 6,000 HP. Okay, let's just buff up our characters and then have Anne use her ultimate.
To a brighter future.
Kakania, as I would say, really plays in the role of support. You saw she really healed like 3 times in a row.
Run, start running.
Okay, nice little shield from Miss New Babel. I do think Miss New Babel can stay on the team as a 4th slot, but I will swap out at... It's either that or you remove her and then you throw in Marcus instead for even more DPS. Okay, you see the healing proc again? 1,599 heal. No more heal, okay. What's her stat now? She is at 2048 empathy. So what you can do, let me give her her what is it called? The Moxie. I just want to demonstrate. I'm not going to use N Lee. So now I'm going to pop it on I haven't placed it there yet. I'm going to pop this on N Lee. Earlier we saw it was like 420 attack. Now we'll see how much it does. Let me actually heal. No, there's no need to heal. Let's just do this. Because later I want to show you guys the burst damage.
Hold on, psychiatrist.
The burst damage from Kakania. Okay, that was a lot of damage from Anna Lee. Now let me just... Oh. And she's gonna... No, didn't trigger, didn't hit the threshold. Okay, you see? Plus 686. Earlier it was 4, you guys saw, earlier it was 400 plus attack. Now attack plus 686. Meaning from the empathy, she gained another 286 attack. Which is bloody fantastic. Okay, let's just end it off. I'm gonna buff up Kakania.
Yeah, like-minded.
Okay, and this one, remember, doesn't buff herself. It helps her recover her own HP. Actually, let me just check. How much is the threshold again? The threshold is 2%. I think it's because the portrait brings it down from 3% to 2%. But honestly, 3%, 2%, not too big of a deal. Let's just show you guys how much she can do. In fact, this should probably kill off the boss. Okay, with a quick little buff from Villa. Now remember, she's going to do true damage. Remember, true damage. Let's see how much it does. 45,000. And now her empathy is 0. And there you go. So, let's sum things up a bit quickly. Let's sum things up so we are on the same page. When it comes to Kakania, oh, my mouse just flew across the table. When it comes to Kakania, a few things. Number one, you should try to get resonance that will boost her survivability, because again, you don't want her to die. You want her to take as much damage as possible so she builds her empathy. Number two is you should pair her with characters that can support that. So you have good healers like Villa. You have sub DPS that will help to compensate for Kakania's like downtime-ish, like Anna Lee, Marcus, or again, lean into survivability like Miss New Babel. I'm really not sure why. So these are the other Arcanists they lent us, which is Lilia and 37. I don't think they synergize at all. I'm not sure how and why, but they just really don't synergize at all. And let's go back to Kakania. Sorry.
Welcome.
Yeah. And what you need to do really is to first you can choose to buff one single ally. You can choose to attack dealing a little bit of damage plus your true damage. Of course, again, true damage is very, very good. But honestly, the skill here is this one, empathy. Also, important thing is you need to reset your empathy to 0. So that battle you saw wasn't too long. It was actually quite short, I would say, because we only got to about, I think probably about 1,000 plus points of empathy. Was it 1,000 or 2,000? Okay, somewhere there. So if you are playing a very like extended game mode, maybe the main bulletin, you need to clear out your empathy, because if not, she cannot tank for her allies. So remember to use, you can use the ultimate basically to do a lot of damage, her burst damage, and also to clear out her empathy so that she can begin tanking for her allies once more. And honestly, this side cube, which I think is available now, I'm pretty sure I just got it. Yeah. All I can say is, yeah, you can buy this. Yeah, this side cube is on sale right now, I believe. So, in short, Kakania is really good. She's a really, really good Arcanist. That she does need to be supported quite well. You need to make sure you have allies who can give her a bit of healing if she needs it, or you have allies like Miss New Babel who can proactively taunt, draw damage away, and then protect both while protecting your allies and also making sure you can consistently channel the damage to Kakania. Yeah. Again, Kakania is it's a slightly, if you saw the showcase, it probably wasn't too difficult. It's just a balancing act between taking damage and not dying. classic character archetype in a lot of games like this. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This has been Minleaf, YouTube's most skillish gamer. Hope you enjoyed this little showcase. Hope you like Kakania. And those of you who are still pulling for Kakania, good luck, all the best. And look forward to my character showcase of Lucy. That is very, very complicated. So see you all then. Bye bye.